Hello.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. I want to check really quick. I'm trying a new technique for playback because I want to see that way I may have access to an equalizer that will maybe help make the bass easier to hear. So I want to check real quick. I'm going to play some. I want you guys to tell me if you hear me. Okay? If you
Yeah.
hear me.
Okay.
Can you hear it? You hearing anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Great.
Loud and clear.
Okay, I'm going to turn up the bass and see if that works. The bass get louder?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, cool. Good. I'm going to make things simpler. Okay, how's everybody doing?
Fine. How are you?
Okay, it's been
Good.
weird. You know, this kind of like the phase deux thing, even though it doesn't really change anything for us in a lot of ways. It's like this feeling of all of a sudden everybody else gets to go back to their lives, but we don't. It's actually been like kind of tough. Like the idea that my friends are going to start to work again and stuff, and I'm still going to be, you know, not doing anything really, except for this, which is nice. But
I understand.
yeah, and also I don't have any family, or you know, although I've you know, suddenly all my friends have become family. I've discovered that a lot of them are my cousins. Lucky me.
Hey.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Hi.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
So yeah, I mean, it's been, you know, I don't know, it's strange. It's like, it's going to be a long time, I think, before we get to play again.
Yeah.
I've been trying to think about ways to, I have a friend that has space at her house where she does concerts sometimes, and we've been thinking about maybe trying to set something up kind of like in some way, but I don't know if that's going to be like something where they'll like send the police and we'll all go to jail or something like that. I don't know. Strange thing to think
Probably.
about. Going to jail for playing a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about
I don't
you?
know what will happen.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Hopefully, I don't know. Have you guys been following the Tempo de la Idea thing?
No.
Yeah.
What's
A
that?
little bit. Yeah.
Well, it's in Camila. Where are you based?
Switzerland, Geneva.
Okay. So we're in Italy. There's this like we have a really bad situation with
Yeah.
kind of like the legal protections for musicians, so it's not really considered to be a job, like some kind of profession.
Okay.
So there's like this a series of kind of television shows happening right now. Not really television shows, like online kind of streaming conferences where they're talking about possible ways we can do it. So hopefully get a little bit more recognition and like start to make things a little bit more kind of professional.
We hope so, but in Italy,
It's tough, man.
it's,
It's so hard. But I've been thinking about that, you know, because I am also doing like I've been, along with this, I've been trying to do some kind of like private teaching as well, and all that, or even just like the donations that come from this. I've been talking to my accountant about how to make that like actually legal, and it's such a mess. It's a total disaster. Like
It is.
It's so hard to figure out how to, you know, it's so hard to figure out how to make, because that's the only thing I can think of right now for myself is either trying to work teaching or doing sound engineering, which I do that as well. But any of those things, like as soon as you want to try to pay taxes on it, it becomes way too, either like we would earn so little money that it's not actually, it would be better probably to like get another job, you know, like be a delivery driver or work at a farm or something. Or it becomes so expensive that the alternative is it becomes so expensive that musicians can't afford to pay it, you know? So yeah, it's very difficult to figure out what the best approach is.
Yeah, we're lucky in Switzerland for that. We're much more recognized and we have support from foundations and things like that. So
Yeah, I remember I played with a bunch of Swiss musicians for a while, and there's like always all this money.
Yeah, there's always money around here.
Like we would play these gigs where there was not even enough money to pay for our hotels, and we'd get paid, and we'd have like free meals and all that. That was like all paid for by Swiss.
Yeah.
Pretty weird. But
we remember those as the good times.
Yeah, in some ways. I mean,
when
actually,
we used to earn some money.
Yeah. Well, I like working in Italy, actually, even though like the money situation is not very good here. It's like there's some nice places to play, and it feels really kind of vital. But yeah, it's actually it doesn't feel vital at all right now. It feels dead.
Where are you originally from?
Where am I from? I'm from the U.S.
Yeah, I know. I mean, where?
I'm from near, well, do you know Milwaukee?
Okay, yeah.
I'm near Milwaukee. It's a small town just south of Milwaukee called Racine.
Okay.
I guess it's not really that small by European standards. It's 80,000 people. But yeah, it's like I'm about half hour away from Milwaukee and about an hour and a half away from Chicago.
Okay, yeah.
So, okay, well, I guess everybody's here on time. I don't know how many more people are coming, but we could actually just get started if you guys are ready. Should we dive into it?
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Has everybody checked out the song? Do you guys know this song?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I mean, do you guys already know, like, actually, have you guys learned it, or have you just like, listened to it a little bit?
No.
I just know the tune.
Right. Okay.
Like this.
Okay. I found a couple of really cool versions, and we'll see. I think the first version that we're going to go through, we'll see how it goes. You know, the harmonic movements aren't super complicated. So if we get through that, then we can compare it to a couple other things which have some interesting substitutions. So,
okay.
Can I ask you a question before we start?
Absolutely. Yeah, of course.
It's my first time, so I have to
understand how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So did you, are you on the mailing list, Luca?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you get the document and read through it?
Yeah.
And have you checked out any of the other videos that I have on, that are online?
The last video,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, that's kind of like, I'll just quickly go through. Hello, welcome, Ruben. I think you're new as well.
Hey.
Hi.
Nice
is this your first time?
Yes.
Welcome. By the way, how's my volume? Is my voice volume okay?
Yeah, just fine.
Okay, cool. So I was saying to also Luca, there's a couple of you that are here for the first time, so I'm just going to quickly go through it. So I'm sorry, it was Ruben as well. Yeah, Ruben, did you get a chance to look at the document? Are you on the mailing list?
I don't think so.
Okay. Are you on the mailing list?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So I would suggest you sign up for the mailing list. I'm going to send you a link in the chat. Just a second.
That would be great.
Because I'm going to just go through this really fast now because a bunch of these people have already been through it. But just a second. I'm not very good at multitasking. Got to get the link here. Okay. Okay, I just sent the link. So you can go there and sign up for the mailing list. And what you're going to get is the first email is going to be like a kind of like introductory, just a general description of what this is all about. And there's also a link there with a document that you can download. And that has kind of basic tips for the way I suggest you approach this, this transcription method. And just really quickly, for those of you who are new, hello. Hey, Francesco. Is this your first time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, welcome.
We're
getting a lot of first-time people on the advanced class. Okay, cool. So I was just going through really quickly, and I'm gonna try to go really fast with this. And whoever shows up late now, they're kind of like on their own because I don't feel like doing this again. I do this a little bit more gradually in the beginning sessions, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to this song, and we're gonna listen to it a few times. And the first thing you have to figure out is whether it's a major, minor. Okay, we don't really care about key it's in because we're gonna be analyzing everything with Roman numerals. Okay. And you want to figure out the form, okay? So is it major or is it minor, and what is the form? Is it AABA? Is it ABAC? Is it something stranger than that, okay? And figure out like the number of bars. Then you're going to lay out those bars on your manuscript paper, okay? And you're going to write down the names of sections so you know how to figure out where you are as we go through and listen to it. And then I'm just going to, we're going to play through it a few times and listen to the whole thing. And you're going to want to start by figuring out the easiest things, okay? I think maybe the difference between, I remember Sada Jane mentioned this to me at the beginning as well, the difference between the approach that I'm advocating and maybe the more common transcriptionist approach is I don't do it in a linear fashion. I don't start at the beginning and go like figure out bar 1 and then bar 2 and then bar 3 and bar 4. What I do is I try to figure out, this is kind of a simulation of what would happen to me if I were at a jam session and I had to play a tune that I've never heard before, okay? I listen to the whole thing in real time, and I think, okay, let me just kind of grab the things that I'm comfortable with. So it could be like, where are the 1 chords? It could be where are the 2-5-1s? It could be where are the turnarounds? If there are other like common modulations, like if it goes to the 4, or if it goes to the relative minor, or if it is in minor, it moves to the 3 major, or something like that. Whatever I feel certain about, I'll write that in my sheet. And as we go through it more and more times, I'll have more and more points that I'm certain about, and I'll start to fill in the holes, okay? So this means working forwards and working backwards. And I think that's the main difference, okay? And the other thing is just really like the start by just trying to figure out what's in the bass, what is the bass player doing. And I always try to pick recordings where we have like a good quality recording of the bass so that we can hear that clearly. And that's going to be like your first and main guide to help you figure out how the song is structured, okay? I also advocate for now, even though if I were actually doing a harmonic analysis of a piece under like in terms of like kind of looking at the composition, I would think about modulating and changing where my 1 is, so the 1 would move maybe from section to section. In this case, I'm going to generally analyze almost everything compared to 1. So even if we have a modulation, unless it's a series of strange modulations, I'll generally just analyze everything compared to 1. So even if we do go to the relative minor, I'm not going to write minor 1 there. I'm going to just write, 6 minor. Unless there's a really long section that does a lot of convoluted things in the new key, I'm going to analyze everything based on whatever the 1 chord is. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, cool. All right. So today we're working on I Can't Get Started, and I found a couple of really nice versions. I mentioned before the other people. The first version that we're going to listen to, I think, is fairly simple. So depending on how quickly we get through it, we can actually go through and listen. The second chorus already has some interesting harmonic things happening, and I also have another version which has a number of totally different harmonic things happening, and I think they're all pretty interesting. So what else did I want to say? One thing also for the new people, when we start to talk about what we found, my goal here is that each person transcribes the song for himself or for herself as much as possible, okay? So when I start to ask questions, I don't want people shouting out answers. I'm going to ask more, did you figure something out? And I just want like yes or no's so I can understand how people are progressing. And then gradually we're going to start to talk about actually what you have on your sheets, okay? And I'm going to transcribe it for myself as we listen to it. And then once I have, because I'm pretty fast at this usually, once I have transcribed it, then I'll start a new sheet and I'll fill in the things that we talk about, okay? Yeah, you guys ready? Any questions?
Good.
Okay, so anybody, last thing, if you guys didn't, the new people, if you aren't signed up for the mailing list, I'm putting it in the chat again. Check the chat and please sign up for the mailing list because that has more information. That's how you're gonna get the updates for the future meetings, okay? Here we go.
I've flown around the world in a plane. He always can't get started.
It's skipping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a second. Let me see if I can. I was so satisfied because I found this like new way of doing it that it was going to be so much better. But if it's like this, it's not going to work.
I've flown around the world in a plane.
No, all right. I'm going to have to go back to the YouTube model. Oh, well. Sorry, guys. No more, no equalizer.
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to start. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And what good does it do? Each time I chanced to see Franklin D, he always said, "Hi, buddy," to me. But you've got me downhearted, 'cause I can't get started with you.
Okay, I'm gonna just go through that. I think we can listen to that a few times. Does anybody have any questions at this point about like how, I don't really want to talk about answers yet, but is anybody not understanding the method? Have any questions?
Just the music sound compared to your voice. Your voice is really low compared to the. I mean,
Okay, I'll turn
at
the
least
music.
from.
Thank you. I'll turn down
Yeah.
the music. Hopefully that will improve it. All right. Ready?
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to start. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And what good does it do? Each time I chanced to see Franklin D, he always said, "Hi, buddy," to me. But you've got me downhearted, 'cause I can't get started with you. I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. all the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And what good does it do? Each time I chanced to see Franklin D, he always said, "Hi, buddy," to me. But you've got me downhearted, 'cause I can't get started with you.
All right, how you guys doing? Does anybody not have the form? You guys there? Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear? Yeah, okay. Do you guys have the form? Has everybody got the form figured out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. How about major, minor? Does everybody know?
Yeah. I think
Major?
Major.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
please don't, don't shut
I'm
out
sorry.
the answers, that's okay. Did everybody already have that anyway, that it's major?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so why don't we talk about the form? What's the form?
Yes.
Yeah.
Done.
Everybody has the form. What is the form?
I have an AABA.
Yeah, okay, everybody else, does anybody disagree with
Yeah.
Camila? Yeah, everybody cool with that? Okay, cool. And how about, has everybody found some ones? There's plenty of ones, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
How many of you are, does anybody have it kind of like mostly done? Maybe like one of the sections mostly done?
Yeah.
Yeah, good,
Yeah.
great, okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have no idea or is like really stuck? No? Okay. That's good too. All right, what do you guys think? Should we just kind of go through it a few times and just play through the whole thing and give you guys some time to figure it out and then we'll start to talk about what we're getting?
Yeah, I think
Everybody
that's
feel like
good.
they could, yeah? Is that good with everybody? Okay, cool. This is a nice version, huh?
Yeah.
Holy shit, Chet Baker, man. All right. Here we go.
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And to see Franklin D. He always said, "Hi, buddy," to me. But you've got me downhearted, 'cause I can't get started with you. I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And what good does it do? Each time I chanced to see Franklin D, he always said, "Hi, buddy," to me. But you've got me downhearted, 'cause I can't get started with you.
Let's take a second and talk about it. Let's figure out the first things. Where's the first one chord?
First bar.
The first bar. Okay. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Okay. The first one chord's in the first bar. Okay. And is the B section in one, or is it modulate?
Yes, modulate.
It modulates, right? Okay.
Modulates.
Yeah. Okay. How about the A section? Are there modulations in the A section, or is it pretty much all based around one? Yes. Sarah Jane says yes.
Yeah, internal.
Yes, what?
Yeah.
Yes, there are modulations, or
It's
yes, it just facing one?
no modulations
No
in
modulations.
the A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have an opinion on that? That is not the same as Sarah Jane's? Everybody agrees with Sarah Jane. Okay. Is that correct? Okay. So why don't we talk about what does it, so if you had to, let's see, the A has a lot of, so yeah, we all agree that A basically is in one. And if you had to like simplify it a lot, what would you, if you had to describe it to somebody that didn't know the song, what would you tell them that happens in A mostly?
Loop turnaround.
Yeah, it's like a loop of turnarounds, right? Does everybody kind of get that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like a number of little kind of like
Yes.
variations that happen, but it's basically just a bunch of turnarounds, right? Just like kind of like a 1-6-2-5, 1-6-2-5, like a loop of this. But it's always interesting because there's these different kind of colors that are happening and like little details that are creating kind of suspense, and also because of the theme. So, all right. So why don't we, does anybody think they have the whole A down? Pretty much.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else feel like they figured out the A?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not exactly the quality of
The
each
quality of the chords,
chord
right?
or
Okay.
extensions.
Okay. Cool. How about? Does anybody else like not really have much of anything yet?
I've just the first four. I'm sure of about the first four bar
The
bars
first four
of
bars.
the A. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So based on what we said now, you can kind of assume that the second four bars are going to be pretty similar, right? There's going to be some differences, but there's some like so what I think we can do now for the people that haven't for the people that aren't quite sure about the whole A yet, let's listen to it a few times. And if you are sure, Sada Jane, how sure do you have all the chord qualities as well, or are you mostly sure about the roots right now?
I'm quite sure about the roots, and I've put down the quality of the chords. Maybe I'm not sure about one particular thing, but mostly.
Cool. All right, so what we're going to do now, I think, is we'll sit on the A for a second. I'm just going to loop the A section a few times, and that'll give people that, wherever you are, try to get more certain about it, okay? So if you feel like you know all the roots, pay close attention to the chord qualities and see if you can be as detailed as possible. And if you don't yet know the roots, this will be your time to kind of catch up on that. And then we're going to talk about it and compare notes, okay? So I'm just going to focus on the A, and I'm going to loop it probably 4 or 5 times now, so everybody has a little bit of time to play with it. And for those of you that are new, I don't know I guess you can see, I'm not sure if I'm going to be on your screen when I'm in mute, but I'm singing the whole time because I'm singing, I'll imagine like, okay, this could be a minor chord, so I'll sing the minor third, and then I think, oh shit, that's not a minor third. It has something else, or I'll think, oh, this is a dominant chord, so it has a major third, and then I'll sing the major third, and it's like, oh, it doesn't have a major third. So I'm constantly singing to check my hypotheses, okay? And I'll also be practicing singing the bass notes, so I know, so I know exactly where I am in the structure and stuff. So, okay. So yeah, I recommend everybody mute and sing along, sing to your heart's content. Here we go.
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. Years so I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. Years I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. Years so I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about it. I'm going to start writing down chords now. Here we go. So, did anybody not make any progress at all and just kind of stuck? I'll take your silence as a no. Right. So we all agreed that it starts in 1, right? We all agreed that's a chain of kind of turnaround type things, right? What's the first turnaround that we have? Guys, go ahead and who feels certain about it can go ahead and shout out the first 4 chords.
1 6
6
2
2
5.
5.
1 6 2 5.
All right, and it's a 1 major, right?
Yeah.
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 How about the 6? What's the 6?
Minor.
Minor.
Everybody agree? Okay. How about the 2?
Also minor.
Minor.
Okay. And the 5?
Dominant.
Dominant.
Okay. All right. Did anybody not have these? The first bar? We're all cool with that. Okay. Or the first 2 bars, I mean. Okay. How about the let's see. How about the second, the third and the fourth bar? Does anybody, hang on, before we actually say the answers to this, so do you guys feel pretty secure that you know the third and the fourth bars? Who's not sure about the third and fourth bars right now?
I'm not.
You're not sure. Okay. Do you have an idea or no?
Kind of, but I kind of would have like maybe stopped it to really hear the bass, but
Okay.
maybe I just don't recognize the movement.
That's
just
okay.
like that.
Okay. We'll talk about that for a second because before we actually go and say the names of these, maybe I would like to understand how you guys are feeling about this one. So how many of you are not quite sure what happens in the bars 3 and 4 yet? Everybody's sure except for Camila.
That makes me unsure.
Makes you unsure. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to stop everybody, Camila, just for
Yeah,
this.
that's fine.
So why don't we go ahead and talk about it, and then we can listen to it together. Okay. So who feels who wants to share what they have in bars 3 and 4?
Is it 3 6 2 5?
Okay. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah.
I wrote that.
That's what you wrote. Okay. Camila, what did you have? Did you have a hypothesis or no?
I also had the hypothesis of a 3 6 2 5, but somehow the passage between the 3 and the 6 got me like confused somehow.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe we could listen to that again and pay attention. How about like qualities? What did you guys get for qualities here?
For me, the 3 and the 6 are dominant.
Okay.
The second, I think it's minor.
Okay.
And the 5 is dominant.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I think the 3 is minor.
I think so too. I wrote 3 and 6 minor,
Okay.
and 2 minor and 5 dominant.
2 minor and 5 dominant. Okay.
That's what I have.
Okay. Any other opinions?
6 is dominant.
Okay.
I'm for the dominant 6 too, but I'm not sure about the 3.
Okay. All right. All right. So we have a number of different opinions here. Why don't we we can go ahead and listen to this together. And I want you guys to try. Why don't we do this? First of all, everybody agreed that it's 3, 6, 2, 5, right? And I'm going to write without really specifying whether they're, dominant. I'm not going to write like qualities. I'm just going to write what we can use later to kind of actually fill in once we've figured it out for sure. What I want you to do now, let's first of all, let's sing the roots all together, okay? Where's 1? 1. Right? Okay. So we're going to sing 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5. Okay. I'm gonna point to each one and we'll sing each one as we come through. Okay. Ready? 1. Okay. Now what I'd like to try to do, let's see, now this is an advanced party, so we should be able to do this perfectly, all right? I'm going to sing the roots, and I want you guys to sing the thirds, okay? And I want you guys to sing diatonic thirds. So what we're going to do is we're going to sing a minor third here, we're going to sing a minor third here, we're going to sing a minor third here, and then we're going to sing a dominant third on this, okay? You guys ready? Is it clear? I'm going to sing the 1, and you guys are going to sing the 3. I'm going to sing the 6, and you guys are going to sing the et cetera, okay? All right, you ready? 1, 6. I hear a lot of people singing along with me. 6, 1, 6. So I'm going to sing 1, and you guys are saying 3, and I'm going to go 6, 1. Okay. All right. Let's start from the top. Does everybody understand the idea? I don't know if this is going to work or not. I've never tried this before. We'll give it a shot. Okay. Ready? 1, 6, 2, 5, 7. This is what you guys should be singing. 7, right? Okay. I'm not sure how many of you are feeling like secure about this. This might not be, we might not be able to make this work because I can't really tell who's singing the right notes and who's not.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess. Okay, why don't we skip that? Maybe what we can do instead is what I'd like to do. Maybe we'll focus in first. What we'll do is I'll play through the first section. I want you guys just to listen, and I'm going to sing the thirds that we have talked about. Okay, because I agree with you guys here. The second section is kind of it's like a bit of like a pig's breakfast right now. Everybody has a different opinion. So what I want to do is I'm going to go through the first section. For now, just listen, okay? And then I want you guys to try it. And then I'm gonna sing maybe through it twice, okay? And then I'm gonna stop singing, or I'm gonna mute myself. And I want you guys, each of you, to sing to yourself, okay? In your headphones. Try to sing the thirds that you hear to make sure, okay? For some of you, this may be really basic and it's really easy for you. I'm sorry for that. For those of you for whom it's new or for whom it's difficult, this is what I'm doing to try to figure out what the qualities are of the chords, okay? And this song is really good for it, actually, because the piano is pretty clear and things like that. So, all right, so I'm gonna leave my microphone on. I'm gonna sing the thirds, okay, for the first 4 bars. I'm gonna do that the first 2 bars. I'm gonna do that a couple times. And then we're gonna mute and we're gonna listen to the second 2 bars. And we're also gonna have to take some time to try to sing the thirds for ourselves, okay?
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've flown around the world in a plane. I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled around. I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled around. I've flown around the world I've settled round.
Okay. I'm going to play through it again a couple times. I'm not going to sing, and I want you guys to try singing the thirds to yourself, okay? And I'll show you another thing you can do. You can actually sing the whole arpeggio. I'll do that really quick as well. I'm going to start with the root and sing up to the top, and then I'm going to keep doing the same thing, okay, for each chord. 1,
I've flown around
6, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 1.
I've settled.
I can't do it quite fast enough. I'm singing the numbers as well. But anyway, here.
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled round.
Okay, clear? All right, I'm just going to play through it again. Everybody stay muted. I'm going to mute myself as well, and I want you guys to take a second and sing through these arpeggios for yourself, okay?
I just have a short question.
Go ahead.
Like you now sung all the arpeggios from like going up in one scale, but is it do you do it on like oh, my English, sorry, on purpose, that you don't go with the bass, or you just like to do the arpeggios in the same scale, like up, always up?
No, I just happen to do it that way. I think it's important. I mean, you should be able. I mean, it should be. Ideally, it should be indifferent. It shouldn't make any difference at all.
No, okay.
So it wasn't a deliberate choice that I made to just demonstrate something. I'll just sing them wherever it's comfortable. That time it was comfortable for do it this way. So.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to mute myself, and we're going to listen to a few more times, and you guys can get a handle on this, and then we're going to go and work on the second section, so you guys have time to check that out. Okay.
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled round. I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled. I've flown around the world in a plane. I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled.
Okay. How'd you guys do? Are you guys managing to do this, or is it a little bit something unfamiliar so far?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay? Yeah, you doing it? Okay. So one thing I'll talk about for a second. What is a really common, what is perhaps the most common substitution in this 1-6-2-5 sequence? What is the first thing that one would maybe see substituted in a lot of jazz applications?
The 2-5?
Okay, any other ideas?
Maybe the quality of the chords?
Yeah, the quality of the 6th chord, right? We often see a 6 dominant chord, right? So yeah, the 2-5 is common, but I think even more common is probably a 6th chord being a dominant chord instead of a minor chord, okay? So what I'll do also in the context like this, where I'm not totally certain, because some people are really good at identifying the color of a chord just by hearing it once. Personally, I'm not. So what I'll do is I'll check. If there's a 6, I'll try to check and see if it's a minor or a dominant chord. And the way I'll do that is this. I'll go 1, da, 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 and then I'll do the 2 options for 6. I'll go da, 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 or da, 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 da. That's 6, 1, 6, sharp 1. Okay, I'll check that as I'm listening to it, and I'll be really careful to try to pay attention if I can hear a major third on the 6th chord or a minor third. Does that make sense? That's how I'm trying to, that's my idea for, that's my technique for figuring out whether or not there's been a substitution there, okay? So in this case, that's one of the first things I checked when we were transcribing this, is to figure out whether this has a dominant chord or a minor 7, okay? So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna start again at the beginning, and then we're gonna stop and we're gonna loop this section. I want you guys to think about like singing the thirds, okay? Practice singing the thirds here. So we'll listen through it once and I'll loop it a few times, and then we'll stop and talk about it, okay?
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole. I've settled revolutions in Spain. I've settled I've settled revolutions in Spain. I've settled revolutions in Spain. I've settled revolutions in Spain.
How are we doing?
I just changed my mind on the 6th chord.
Yeah, okay. Anybody else have any like kind of new information for us? Any new like people changing opinions or stronger in their opinions? Are you guys totally confused? If you're totally confused, let's talk about that too.
Could it be possible to listen to it a few times more?
That's fine with me. You guys want to do that?
If it's not a trouble with the others.
It's fine. It's fine for me. Why don't we try something really quick, just for fun? Let's try actually singing the two options, right? So let's try singing. I'm trying to think of how I can do this without giving anything away. What are our various options? Each of these chords, I think we all have an idea about what this chord is, right? The 5 chord.
Yeah.
We all probably expect that to be a certain kind of chord. And what kind of chord do we expect that to be?
Dominant.
Dominant chord, right? We probably are going to agree with that. Okay. So let's just say that. Okay. What about the rest of these? What options do we have for these chords? The most obvious one would be what? Like the most diatonic one, let's say. What's the most diatonic option?
Minor 7.
Minor 7?
Minor 7.
Minor 7?
Minor 7.
And minor 7, right? So 3 minor 7 chords and then a dominant chord, okay? Let's try singing through those arpeggios, okay? Let's sing 1. 1. Okay, so we're going to sing a 3. Okay, go ahead and sing a 3. Sing the arpeggio with 3 minor 7 chord. Da 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 da. Right? No. How about a 6 minor 7? Da 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 da. Okay, how about a 6 minor 7?
Ba, ba, ba.
Da 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 da. Right? Okay. Okay, how about a 2 minor 7? Right, okay. And then how about a 5 7? Right. Okay, cool. Okay. How about what is the other option that we have on all these chords?
Like dominant chords with
major
3?
Yeah, with a major 3, right? So let's pretend that they're all dominant chords. Okay, and then obviously it could be a combination of these two, but those would be the two most common options, right? Either a minor 7 or a dominant 7, okay? And the dominant 7 is obviously going to be less diatonic. It's actually not diatonic at all, okay?
Yeah.
Right, so let's check it out. Where's 1 again? 1, okay. Let's sing a 3. 3. Okay, sing me a 3, dominant 7. A 6, dominant 7. Okay, a 2 dominant 7. A 5 7. And a 1 major 7. Good, very good. Okay. So I wanted to make sure everybody kind of has these sounds in their ear. Okay. Now we're going to listen. I'm going to loop that section a few times. And now you guys can think about, all right, now you know where the major thirds are and where the minor thirds are. Okay. It seems like from within the limits of what I can tell on Zoom, it seems like everybody kind of has an idea about those. Okay. So now let's listen and figure out whether these chords have major thirds or minor thirds. Okay. I'm going to mute. We can all mute and I'll just loop that a few times.
Revolutions in Spain. I've settled revolutions in Spain. I've settled running shoes 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 in Spain. The North Pole.
How you doing? Anybody have more? Don't say the answers you're finding, but are you finding answers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody stuck? No? You guys, well, has everybody figured it out, or do you want to listen to it a few more times?
And we listen just 2 times more.
Yeah, is that cool with everybody? Go back through and listen a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go.
I've settled running shoes in Spain. The North Pole I have charted. I've settled running shoes in Spain. I've settled running shoes in Spain. I've settled running shoes in Spain. I've settled running shoes in Spain.
All right. Let's talk about it. Who has no, who's still not sure? Are any of you pretty sure?
I actually changed my mind.
You change your mind. Okay, that's fine. Well, I mean, we're more than welcome to do that. And actually, I haven't done this. I mean, I mentioned this in other meetings too, but I haven't done this before. I've listened to the song a bunch, and I think I'm pretty sure I know what happens, but I'm doing this in real time with you guys. So I could be wrong too. But anyway, I'm pretty sure I know what happens. Is anybody still pretty unsure?
I have a little problem there because I hear something that is not actually what I expected. So it's a bit weird. I don't know. I'm a bit stuck.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we talk about what we heard there? And we'll see what I think this is going to be probably a good point. Now each of us has had some time to kind of listen to it and sing with it. So hopefully we'll be able to come to an agreement. Why don't we talk about what we heard? So who thinks the first chord is a minor chord? 0 people. Who thinks it's a dominant
I do.
chord?
I think it's minor.
I think.
You think it's minor? One person thinks it's minor. Okay, so it's maybe a minor. And how about dominant? Who thinks
I think it's dominant.
I think it's dominant.
Yeah, okay. So right now you're kind of outnumbered. Dominant, okay, and then maybe minor, okay? All right, let's go through. How about the 6? Is it minor or dominant?
For me, minor.
Minor.
For me, it's minor too.
For me, it's half diminished 7.
Half diminished 7th, okay? All right, so we have a couple minors, and I'm gonna vote for a dominant 7.
Probably also the flat 9.
I hear a sharp 9.
Could be a sharp 9, yeah.
Sharp
Could be
9.
a sharp 9. Flat 9, okay. How about the 2 chord?
Dominant for me.
Okay, what do you guys think?
Minor.
Minor. Minor. 7.
Minor? Okay.
Minor.
Minor, okay. So we have minor and dominant, I've heard, okay? I'm gonna write those both down. All right. So now what I'm gonna do, and how about the 5 chord? Everybody agree it's a dominant still?
There's a fourth for me, suspended fourth.
On the dominant chord?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's listen through. Now I'm going to make you guys listen to me sing. And I'm going to try to sing the stuff that I think is helping, at least the idea, my theory is based on this. And so listen to me, I'm going to sing it. It's going to be beautiful.
I've settled
Okay, I hear a sharp 4 on here. I hear dominant 7 sharp 4. And I definitely hear dominance on both these. Did you guys hear that? Were you following me? Does anybody like want to fight with me about those? I'm going to do it again.
I've settled North Pole.
Okay, I definitely hear major thirds on each of these. I may be tricking myself. Does anybody want to try singing an alternative to that? Or are you guys agreeing with me, or are you hearing that I'm making a mistake? You're welcome to disagree.
I'm not sure on the 6th chord.
Okay. Somebody mentioned half diminished there. You know, for one thing, personally, I was curious because initially I thought the 2 was half diminished, because I heard the sharp 4, I think, and I was kind of like unsure whether that was like a half diminished thing. But the other thing I'm noticing is I definitely don't feel like it's diatonic here at all, really. I don't know how you guys are feeling about that, but let's listen to it again. I'm going to try to listen without singing to the 6th to see if I hear the minor 7, the minor 3rd there.
I've settled revolutions in Spain. Revolutions in Spain. Revolutions in Spain.
Okay, I hear actually on the 6, I hear a sharp 4. I hear like a probably like a diminished dominant sound. Are you guys feeling any kind of clear idea about this or no? I hear the piano playing like in the lead of the piano voicing. I hear the sharp 11. Listen.
I've settled
I think the Chet's singing the sharp 9 and the piano's playing the sharp 4. That's what I hear. Do you guys want to interact on that or no?
You're speaking extension of the chords, right? Not relative to tonality.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking about like the sharp 11 of the dominant, and I'm talking about the sharp 9 of the dominant, of the 6 dominant. So I wasn't thinking in the original tonality. I'm thinking more about the piano voicing here, about like how it's voicing. But I hear that. Is anybody? I don't remember who was thinking, who's feeling this is a minor and who's feeling this is a half diminished chord.
I was feeling it's minor, but now I changed my mind. Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody? I can't guarantee that I'm right. Does anybody think I'm wrong?
I'm feeling it as a minor, but
okay, you're kicked out.
But maybe there is a sharp 9, maybe.
Yeah, I hear I think Chet's singing the sharp 9. He's either singing the minor 3rd or he's singing the sharp 9, depending on.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, maybe that's why, because I was singing the major 3rd of the chord, and it was not sounding good. But maybe it's because of the melody.
I think that's because of the melody. But I think down below, I don't know. It feels to me like a dominant 7 sharp 9 type thing. So I'm going to write that. And we can check it later. This is interesting because I usually don't get so specific into this, but because the A section harmonically, actually, like the bass line is so simple, we actually have some time to kind of dedicate to this. And it seems like today everybody's pretty solid. So we can move forward. So how about the 3 dominant? Do people disagree with me about the 3? That's dominant or no?
Dominant.
Yeah, people agree with that?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Go ahead, Antonio.
No, I was just saying, I hear, I feel he keeps the extensions of the 3, or at least the voicing of the 3 kind of lingers above the 6, and so making it alter the 6, but I still hear the 3 minor, I don't know.
Okay, definitely could be.
We need to search for that 3rd, and I'm going to try to do it next.
Okay, yeah, all right. How about the 2? Are you guys agreeing with me that it's a dominant 7 sharp 11, or do people have other ideas about the 2? That's like silence is, your silence is not helping me understand what you think.
We are nodding.
Yeah, everybody's not, okay, yeah. Unfortunately, I can only see one of you at a time, so I can't exactly tell.
It was clear for me. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying it was clear after you sung it. Okay. I could hear it, but not before.
Okay.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Okay. All right. So that's the thing. Again, as I mentioned here, there's some kind of thing that didn't sound like a minor. You know, I guess what I'm doing a lot of times when I'm singing through this is I'm actually singing things that I would play on my instrument if I were trying to do something really specific where I was outlining the chords. You know, like da 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 do 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 da da do 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 da 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 do da da do da do da 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 da. You know, that's like a line that I could potentially play to outline the harmony, you know? So when I'm getting to the chords where I'm not sure if there's a flat 5 or not, I try to make sure I hit the 5, okay? And I know what that feels like in my hands. I just pick a key where it's comfortable for me. Right now, I was imagining playing in my C, but it doesn't have to be, it could be any key that's comfortable for you on an instrument. If you have an instrument where you use your fingers or your body somehow, I imagine even if you're a trumpet player or a guitar player or something, you can do this, you know, something equivalent to this, or a piano player. Just think about what it would feel like to play on those things and think about the sounds that are gonna come out, you know? And I think that will be one step that will help you perhaps to figure out whether things are, you know, dominant or half diminished or major or diminished or things like this, okay? So, all right, so let's listen through that section one more time. I'm gonna think about this. I didn't notice the sus, but it's certainly possible. And I want you guys to, you know, try to pay close attention here. And another thing about these dominant chords, I kind of, because of the way I expect dominant chords to behave, like when you have secondary dominance, a lot of times they're gonna be sharp 11. So I don't know, that's like a kind of like this thing that's in the back of my head. It's quite possible that they have a sharp 11 on them. They could also have flat 9s, but it's definitely, you know, the other thing that helped me here was just this feeling that it definitely doesn't feel diatonic. Whereas the first 2 bars feel super diatonic, the second 2 bars feel non-diatonic. Okay, so that's another thing that kind of helped me. Even though I could tell they were playing 3, 6, 2, 5, it didn't feel at all like the first 2 bars. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the beginning. We'll listen through this, and then I think we're just gonna kind of keep through. I don't want to spend like hours and hours on these 2 bars here. So I think we got pretty close at least, and then we're gonna keep moving, get through the rest of the A section, and move on to the B. Okay, so here we go.
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course.
Your mic is off.
Sorry. I still think I'm right. So we can all go and check my work on the piano later, or our work, you know, but I think I still feel like these are all dominant, and this could be definitely a sharp 9. And this is, I'm pretty sure there's a sharp 4. I didn't notice whether it's sus or not, Antonio. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you about that, but I'll try to pay more attention.
Excuse me, Dan, didn't we listen to the second half of the A2 this time, right?
Yeah, well, we're going to.
No, we did.
Now.
It was still the same?
Let me see.
out on the golf course.
Yeah, it was the first
Okay.
half.
So I guess I agree with you then. I really felt I was about to say the second half is definitely like that, and instead it was the right.
This is the first half. So okay, so now let's go through and listen again, and we're gonna like talk. I mean, does everybody already have the like second 4 bars of the A kind of figured out, or no? Yeah. Does anybody not have it figured out yet?
Not the extensions.
Not the extensions. Okay. All right. Well, why don't we do this now that we've kind of now that we've talked through this method of figuring out what kind of like, you know, whether things are dominant or minor or whatever. Why don't we listen? Maybe we'll listen to both A sections. Okay. That way you guys have a chance to listen through and try them, and then we'll talk about the second half of the A. Okay.
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. Yeah.
Okay. So, how about here? Bar 5 and 6. What happens in bar 5 and 6? Hello?
1, 6, 2, 5.
Anybody, any other opinions? Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly like the first 2 bars, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I gave that away. I mean, I'm guessing everybody had that figured out. Okay, what about the last 2 bars of the A section?
It seems like
The first A.
2-5.
A 2-5.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's the 2?
I think I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I've heard like the bass is it seems like chromatic, but I'm not sure.
Okay. But you don't have an opinion about where the 2 is right now?
No.
Okay. Okay. How about other opinions? Maybe you guys want to listen to that again really quick?
It's
sounds like somebody wants to
offer
a theory. Yeah, go ahead.
Can we just like I think it's on the first bar of the 8th, or the first beat of the 8th bar.
The 2 is here, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other opinions? Does anybody agree with him, disagree?
I'm hearing the bass playing a 2, but I'm hearing the piano playing like a flat 6, 7 chord, like, you know, going to the 5, but maybe.
Okay. But you hear a bass note, a 2 bass note here.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah.
How many other people, does everybody agree that there's a 2 here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to rate the quality because we're going to talk about that. And so we can assume that there's probably a 5 chord after that. Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What about in the 2 bars? And it's going to be a dominant chord probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What about these 2 bars or these 2? There's 2 chords here, right? Do we know what those are?
Again.
How many of you do not know what those are? There's 2 chords here. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what are they?
3, 6.
3, 6. Okay. Does everybody agree or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have 3, 6. All right. I'm not going to rate the qualities, but now So Luca, you missed these. I'm not sure if you skipped these or if you weren't thinking about those yet.
I was thinking about the progression.
Okay.
I've heard like a 2/5, but I didn't realize exactly that was the
right.
3.
Obviously 3/6 as the same interval structure as 2/5.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
So all right, now let's talk about the qualities of these. So we have, let's look at what's happened so far. Maybe that'll help us also kind of like form some expectations, right? We have the first 2 bars is just a regular old diatonic turnaround, 1/6-2/5, right? And then we have 3/6-2/5 with all like various exotic substitutions, right? And then we have again 1/6-2/5, like this kind of like bland diatonic turnaround. And then we have 3/6-2/5. Is it diatonic or not diatonic? Let's start with that.
No.
No? Not diatonic. Does anybody disagree? We all agree that's not diatonic. What's that?
I thought it was quite diatonic, but one chord.
Okay,
but
just one chord. Which one?
Yeah. The 6.
The 6. Okay, so you think it's like a 3 minor, 6 dominant, 2 minor, 5 dominant.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I wrote, but you know.
Okay. How about other? Do you guys agree, or do you have another? Does somebody have a different idea?
I think it's. Please go ahead.
Oh, I think they're all dominant.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay, all dominant. Okay, so we have these 2 options here. Okay, let's listen through it again. Okay, and think about why doesn't everybody take? I don't know if we want to do this audibly. Why don't we take 10 seconds and everybody sing the dominant option to themselves, okay? But with your mics muted. So everybody's kind of like free to figure it out for themselves. And then we're gonna we'll join our mics again and we'll try to sing it together and see how everybody did, okay? So everybody practice singing 3 dominant, 6 dominant, 2 dominant, 5 dominant, all by yourself, okay? Mics muted.
I have to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruben.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hope to see you at the next one.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Am I the only one not hearing anything?
No, I'm not
we're
either.
We're all supposed to not hear anything. Actually, this is like everybody's
All right,
chance
sorry
of
about
singing.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. All right. Did everybody finish singing it to themselves?
Yeah.
Does everybody like feel solid on it? Yeah, that was the idea, was like to everybody have a chance to kind of like figure it out for themselves. Now we can check it. Okay. So let's sing 1.
1.
Okay. Let's sing 3.
3.
3. Okay. Okay. Who wants to sing the 3 dominant chord? Okay. 6 dominant chord. Da 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 da. Okay. The 2 dominant chord.
Da, 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 da.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. And the 5 dominant chord. Da 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 da. Okay, it's clear to everybody. Okay, now I'm going to play that section a couple times. I want everybody to take a second and try to sing these. Like sing through these and try to check again whether the thirds are major or minor. Okay, that's the main task right now. I'm going to mute everybody, and we're going to listen to it and sing along.
I can't get started with you. Out on the Gulf, get started with you. I can't get started with you. Out on, can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, it gets started with you. How it gets started with you.
Okay. How did you guys do? Anybody feeling more secure than before? Or are you feeling more confused than before?
Can I say something? Now I've changed my mind and I think they're all dominant. But like sometimes maybe it's the sharp 9 which makes me sing. Sometimes I just stop on the 3rd, so maybe I say, okay, I can hear the minor 3rd. So that's why.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm really not sure. Sometimes I feel like there is a dominant color inside these chords, but I can actually feel the maybe the sharp 9. I don't know. So I'm not really sure, but that's what I would say now. Okay.
Okay. How about everybody else? How are you guys feeling? Sarah-Jane just said they're all dominant in her opinion. Does anybody agree with her?
Yeah, I think they're all dominant.
Okay. Other opinions? Does anybody disagree? Okay, I disagree, but I feel like they're mostly dominants. Okay. So right now, there's the one that I feel like it's probably not dominant. I understand what you're saying, Sarah-Jane. That is a danger in this. You know, the danger that you confuse the sharp 9 for the minor 3rd, right? And I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't have like a secret sauce to like kind of fix that. I don't have any kind of like secret weapon against that. I'm totally capable of making mistakes on this, and I do it all the time. And that's why I try to check my work with a piano when I'm done with the transcription. The stuff that you actually see me posting, that's generally something that I've gone through and checked with a piano to the best of my ability. So, all right. So right now you guys are all saying 3/7, 6/7, 2/7, and 5/7. Is that right? Everybody's got their mics muted, but I'm going to take that as a sign of agreement. Okay. I'm pretty sure the 2 is not a 2 dominant. I'm pretty sure it's something else. Okay. Not totally sure, but I'm pretty sure. And what would it be if it's not a 2 dominant? Well, what would the most obvious thing be?
Minor or half diminished.
Yeah, minor or half diminished, right? Let's listen to it, okay? I want to try to focus on that chord. I'm going to play it back a bunch of times. I'm just going to loop that chord, okay? I'm going to turn my mic off. I want everybody to take a chance to sing along with it and see if you can figure out among these 3 options, which are the most reasonable options in my opinion, which one it is, okay?
Can we sing before listening the minor and half diminished to have
sure,
in
of
our...
course, okay. Let's sing the 1.
1.
1, okay, so 2, right? Who wants to sing a minor 7 chord? You want to try it? Why don't you try it, Nicolo, directly? Right, okay, that's right. Okay, how about a half diminished? That's it, yeah, okay. Everybody clear on that? Okay, so this is what we're trying to figure out. So the difference, the main difference, if we hear, first we have to decide if there's a major or minor 3rd, okay? Then we're gonna have to decide if there's a 5 or a flat 5, okay? And that's gonna be da 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 5 flat 5 5 flat 5. I'm singing the 5th of the 2, by the way, which I hope that's clear to everybody. So sometimes it's a little bit confusing when we're talking only about numerals. But anyway, I'm singing the 5th of that chord, not the 5th of the key. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay, I'm gonna loop that chord. I'm gonna find that chord. I'm just gonna loop it a bunch of times. I'm gonna mute my mic so that way you guys can't hear me checking my work. And I'm just gonna loop it a bunch of times. You guys try to figure out what's in that chord. Okay. What do you guys think?
For me, it's dominant sharp 5.
Yeah, that's what I said before. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Other opinions?
I could sing the After Diminished on that.
Okay.
I hear the sharp 5 too.
Sure, hear the sharp 5.
But I hear
a
a minor third or a sharp 9. So I don't know.
Right. How about? So I guess the trick here is going to be figuring out whether there's both because if it's a dominant sharp 9, we're going to have probably a third and a sharp 9. Okay. So that means we're going to have an interval of either a minor second or we're going to have a major seventh. Okay, because the third is going to be below, it's going to be an octave below, or it's going to be in the same octave. It's not likely to be above. Okay, that's something that some arrangers will do. Like, it's pretty intense sounding when you start to put all the like kind of fundamental chord tones above the extensions. It is possible. So, all right, let's listen to it a little bit more and try to like figure out the third thing. Okay, I'm going to mute it again. All right, what are you guys thinking?
And maybe also the sharp 9.
Sharp 9?
Yeah.
So it sounds like we're all moving towards a dominant 7, some kind of dominant 7, right? I agree with you. I was wrong. I thought it was a half diminished initially, but now listening back to it, I think it's a dominant 7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Okay. So for the rest of them, I agree with you guys. Everything's so now I agree with everybody. They're all dominant. Okay, they're all dominant with various kind of alterations. Okay. All right. Does everybody feel pretty secure about the A section now? Do we have questions?
Well,
okay.
I'm still hearing like this chromatic movement between the dominant 6 going to like flat 6 going to 5, but I don't know if that's just because of the extensions of the dominant.
Let's listen to this. I'm sorry, where you're hearing above the 2, is that right? Is that
right. Yeah, that's
okay.
what I'm saying.
Let me see. So that would be, well, you know, here's the thing. I guess I'm going to take like a little short digression and show you guys something. Let's listen for a second. I'm gonna actually leave my mic on so you can kind of hear me trying to figure this out. And again, this is like, I'm flying without a net here. I might get this wrong, but I'm going to try to figure out the voicing that the piano is playing. This is what I hear as the like da. I hear that as the lead note of the piano voice, and you guys hear that da da.
Out on the golf course. Out on
I hear a sharp 5. That's the sharp 5.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I hear that first he plays sharp 5. And then he plays like the 5 of the 2 would be 6. Which is the 9 of this 5. Make sense?
Yeah.
And then I hear below, I hear this movement.
Out. Out.
Which is the 13. That would be the sharp 9 of the 2, and then it moves down by half step, and that would be the 13 of the 7. So this is a dominant 7 with a 9 and 13. Are you guys following that? I'm sorry, that took a little bit for me to figure that out, but I'm not sure if you followed along with what I was doing. I'm trying to sing the moving voices of the piano and figure out how those relate to the bass notes. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I think, Camille, to answer your question, it sounds to me, let me think about this in actual terms, because I think in order to address this question, we're gonna have to actually look at a voicing quickly. Just a second, I'm gonna grab a piece of, well, no, I have a piece of staff paper here, actually. We're gonna look at it here. So I'm not sure, what's a comfortable key for everybody? Well, how about C major? That's probably a pretty comfortable key for everybody, right? So what I hear is this. Da, 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 do, da, 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 do, da, 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 da. I hear this movement. Da, 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 da. F natural, and then an E natural, okay? If we're in C. So this is gonna be like a D7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Da, 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 do. And here we have the sharp 9 moving down to the 13 of the dominant chord, right? This is going to be G, 9, 13. Okay? Oops. This is going to be the 13 of the dominant chord. Da, 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 da. And let me listen to the piano. I hear also this. So we have B flat, and I'm sure there's a C natural in here as well, which would be the dominant 7. I'm not hearing it. Let me listen to that again.
Out. Out. Out on. Out on.
Da, da, da. Are you guys hearing that?
Out on. Out on. Out. Out on.
If we have a D7, sharp 9, sharp 5, what notes are going to have to use to make this chord? to make only the things that are written in the chord symbol.
Pardon the interruption, Dan. I gotta go. Thank you very much to everyone.
Thank you, Antonio. Thank you. Hope to see you again
Enjoy
soon.
the rest of the party.
Okay, thank you. What are we going to need to do to make a D7 sharp 9 sharp 5 chord? What are the two notes?
F sharp.
An F sharp, right? We need the third.
And we need a C.
And we need a C, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to also need, in order to make it a sharp 5, we're going to need a B flat, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to also need a sharp 9, which is the F natural, right?
Yeah.
If you put an A flat under this, which would be the flat 6, this is not going to be the 3rd anymore. It's going to be the 7th.
Yeah.
This is not going to be the sharp 5 anymore. It's going to be the 9th.
Yeah.
This is not going to be the 7th anymore. It's going to be the 3rd. And this is going to be the 13 instead of the sharp 9.
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same voicing that you need for an A flat. And I think this might be what you're hearing, Camille.
Okay.
Okay. I don't hear an A flat thing, but that's like a reasonable assumption. And actually, if you study basic, at least the way I studied piano, like auxiliary, like kind of like piano as a second instrument, we would learn these like voicings. And one of the things that we learned was this exact voicing here that I've written down: F sharp, B flat,
Yeah.
C, and F natural. I know that if I have my hand like that, I can play that, and I can play a D here, and it's going to be a D7 sharp 9 sharp 5, or I can play an A flat, and it's going to be an A flat dominant 13. Okay, it's the same voicing. So this might be what you're hearing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm hearing the color moving. Then like a half a step down to the G 9 13. That's why I'm hearing this.
Okay. Yeah.
Color
yeah.
for me is like just moving half a step lower.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, and that's the kind of incredible. At least I remember when I first discovered that trick, it kind of blew my mind that like the scale is the same, obviously, between those two chords, right?
Right.
The Lydian dominant scale is the same as the Superlocrian scale, the tritone away. So anyway, okay. I'm sorry if that was kind of like slow and like wasted a bunch of your time, but I wanted to try to get through that and explain it, and also kind of show a little bit how I would think about figuring out which voicings the piano's using. I'll actually try to sing each voice as it moves, okay? So let's move on. I think we got through we're pretty much solid on the A section now, okay? How about the second A? There's like a second ending, right? Let's listen to the second A and then we'll talk about what happens in the second ending before we move on to the B, okay? I'm gonna mute myself so you guys can mute and sing along if you want. Here's the second.
On the golf course, out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. You're so
Second A has a different ending than the first A, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys know what it is? Don't say what it is. Just tell me if you know what it is.
I think so.
Yeah?
Yes.
Anybody not sure? You guys need to hear it again, or is everybody pretty solid on it?
Solid.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Let's talk about it. What is it?
For me, it's a flat 7th dominant.
Okay. What do you guys think? Any different opinions?
Well, first it lands on 1 first degree.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a 1.
With
Yeah, there, yeah.
a 6, I'm hearing.
And then you're hearing a 6.
No, I'm like 1, the
a 1 6
yeah,
chord.
thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, could be. Okay. And then the second chord, do you agree with Nicolo?
With the flat 7 dominant? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Does everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. Okay. All right. And then it goes back to 1 here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's listen on. Maybe I'll play from a little bit before, and let's get into the B and figure out what the B does. Okay. The B is also fairly simple, but there is a modulation. So let's figure out what happens there.
but I can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And what good does it do? Each time I change a show place, but I can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And what good does it do? Each time I chanced to with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And what good does it do? Each time I chanced to see supreme. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And what good does it do? Each time I change.
Okay, how we doing? Do you guys figure out where it modulates to? Don't say where it modulates to. Did you figure it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Anybody not sure? Okay. Seems like everybody knows. All right. So where does it go?
I'll try.
Yeah, go for it.
I think the first chord of B is a third minor, and it modulates to second major. So the new.
Okay. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with Sada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're all agreeing on that. Okay. Cool. And all right. Well, why don't we talk through it then? What are the chords? She said it's a 3 minor at the beginning of B, right? Here's B.
Actually, the piano player is not. I think he's not playing at all in the first bit.
Okay.
So it can be also major, right?
I guess it could be. I don't even really pay that much attention to whether the piano player is playing or not. I also could be wrong about what it is, but I felt like it was obviously minor to me. Let's listen again, just really quickly to make sure. I wasn't paying too close attention to the piano there.
You're so supreme.
does play. No?
Yeah, he's playing. Sorry, just
okay.
soft, but.
Yeah, okay. It's also possible that you lose some of the things in the kind of video compression, so I'm not sure how much. Okay, so 3 minor, then what? What's the next chord? Where and what is the next chord?
On beat 3.
On beat 3? What
like a dominant 6.
Okay, what do you guys think? You agree?
I agree.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, what's the next one after that?
Then it repeats the same measure.
3?
Minor 3 and then also dominant 6.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes to major 2.
Okay. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Then what? Silence. Anybody with a theory? What happens after this?
I missed the chord on the second half of this bar.
Of this bar?
So,
okay.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
There's a chord here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody agrees there's a chord here. And how about after that? Let's kind of keep moving through. Let's figure out everything that we do have, and then we can figure out what we need to listen for the next time we go through it. What else do we have?
It's again a major 2.
And again, a major 2. Okay, so there's something that happens, and then we have a major 2 again. Okay. Then what's the next thing?
It goes to, oh, should I keep talking? I don't know.
Yeah, does everybody have a general idea what happens in the second half of the B?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead, Camille. What do you have?
It goes to minor 2.
Minor 2? Okay. What do you guys think? Everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. 2 minor. Okay. Then what?
5, 7.
Where?
And the same bar, beat 3.
Okay. 5, 7. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if I agree. I'm going to write a question mark.
Okay.
What about the bar after that?
Again, 2 minor.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'm hearing the bass playing like 5, 4, and then it goes to 3. But
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
I heard that too.
I think
Okay.
5 domino.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that Camila, obviously, if the bass player does play a 4 after this, it's a pretty typical
Right.
way. If we're going to go to 3, it's a pretty typical way for them to get there.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So does everybody hear, what do you guys hear then in the last 2 bars?
3, 6, 2, 5.
Yeah.
Everybody agree? Okay.
Yes.
And what do we think? What about the qualities? You guys have opinions about the qualities of those chords?
I need to hear it again. I'm
Okay.
not sure.
All right. So I'm going to
Me
just write
too.
3, 6, 2, 5 without writing in qualities.
I
Okay.
kind of have the last measure, but the 3, 6, I'm not sure.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's listen to it again, and we'll try to fill in these holes. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, and I'm also, I'm not totally sure that I'm wrong, that Camila's wrong about this one, but I feel like there might be something different here. And what else do I have that's different? The other thing we haven't figured out yet is this. What chord is this? There's a chord here. Everybody kind of agrees on that, but we don't exactly know what it is yet. Okay. So let's listen to it again, and we'll try to figure these things out.
House, a showplace. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you. Scheme just for scheme. Just I write of you. Scheme.
So that was me looping this a bunch of times. You guys starting to figure out what this might be?
I'm hearing something different from what the piano player is playing, what the bass is playing.
Yeah, I'm kind of hearing that too. What would we perhaps expect here? If we have a 2 major chord and then we have something else and then we have a 2 major chord again, what might it be? What would we expect it to be?
The 5th degree, like the
5
dominant.
of the 2, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The bass player, you said he's not playing that though, right? Which is kind of throwing us off. What is the bass player playing? Does anybody know?
I hear G. Sorry. Like 5th of the tonality.
The 5th of the actual key of the song, or the 5th of the
yeah, of the key of the song.
All right. So in that case, since we're in 2, what would that be? Be the equivalent
With
of what?
5.
It would be kind of, yeah, but it'd be kind of like the 4 of the 2, right?
Right, but
Right,
that's the 5 in the key. Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just saying that's the thing. That's like, it would be like kind of like a plagal kind of type thing, right? That's what I hear too. But Camila, you said that the piano player doesn't sound like he's playing that, right?
Yeah, I feel like he's diatonically going to the 6th degree of the 2, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So I'm going to write right now. Does everybody agree that there's a 4 here in the bass? I mean, I'm sorry, not a 4, a 5. Yeah, like the equivalent. I'm thinking of the 4 of 2, but yeah, the 5. Okay. Okay. But it's not like a 5/7 type thing. It's something. I'm kind of thinking this. I might be wrong. I think this might be like a 6/5. Like a 6/7/5. I'm not sure if that could be. Does that sound reasonable to you, Camille, or no? You think it's something else?
So 6/7 of the key, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is like the 5th
like just
degree
the bass player, because the bass player does play. He or she plays the 6, the 5, and then he or she plays the 6. It goes 2, 5, 6, 2. That's what I hear the bass doing. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for.
I hear 2, 5, 6, 2. Does everybody hear that?
Yeah.
This would be the 6th dominant chord. Let's hear what that, if that's what it is.
Right of you, scheme just for.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not secure enough, but this is kind of my best guess would be a 6 dominant over 5 with 5 in the bass.
Yeah, because we are hearing some sort of 1-5-1 movement,
yeah,
like
exactly.
somehow.
I'm pretty sure I hear the leading tone. You know, I'm
right.
pretty sure I hear like the leading tone moving away, like the 2, 7 of 2, 2. That's what I hear. That's like the most important movement in the piano voicings, I think. So anyway, I'm gonna kind of go with this. Okay, I'm gonna stick with this for now, unless somebody has a better idea.
I'm sorry, can I just ask, because I thought it was like in the new tonality in 2nd 2 major, that would be the 4. So it would be like 1, 4. So what I wrote was 2 major and 5 major.
Right. Okay. It could be.
I don't know. I didn't really understand what you put down now.
I put it in here. It's because it's kind of messy. Let me see if I can clean it up a little bit. I got to get a better eraser for this. What I wrote is this, and again, it may be wrong. I wrote 6/7/5, and you wrote 5 major, right?
Yeah, I wrote 5 major because I thought it was like a 1 to 4 movement, like in the new key.
Okay, right. Let's listen to it again just for a second.
Lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you.
right, Sarah.
I can sing a major scale on that, so I don't know. I'm pretty confused now.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
I don't hear the guide tone you said before.
The leading tone.
The leading tone. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, let's listen again. I might be wrong about that. Let's listen to it again.
Just for ski, just for this.
I hear da da da.
Just for, just for
Da da da.
just for.
Hang on a second. You're right. Da. It's the
Okay.
7. Yeah, you're right. So there's a major. I hear the major 7 of the 2, and then I hear the I hear the 6th.
Sixth of the
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I hear the 6th. Which would be the 3rd of the 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what I maybe
So,
I can hear this. I hear ba ba da 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 da. So I feel it's like a 4 major.
I think you might be right. I'm gonna vote in favor of Sarah Jane's theory. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with that. Okay, and this is something we'll check later with the piano. Okay, so we have 2 major, then 5 major, and then 2 major, which also kind of goes along with this bright, kind of hopeful feeling that we have. You know, like that's another thing that like can kind of help guide you. I think is the color, the emotional color of it. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like Sati.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's. We're solid on it up to here, right? Everybody agrees with the first half of the B?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. Let's move forward.
Just for the sight of you.
I hear something happen there.
Just for the sight of you.
What do you guys hear? Do you guys hear like something changing there?
I wrote again 3/6, 3 minor, 6 dominant.
Just for the sight of you. Dream.
I definitely hear like a 6.
Yeah, I hear the 6 on the, at least on the bass. I hear it strong too.
Yeah, and also the piano voicing changes, right? I hear like some kind of an altered dominant there. I think it's like a dominant 7 flat 9 maybe.
Just for the sight of you.
The second. No, it's a sharp 9. Yeah, it's a sharp 9 I hear. Listen to the piano voicing.
Just for the sight of you.
That's the sharp 9. Here's the root of the dominant. Da. Then we have the da in the lead of the piano voice. Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
That's a dominant 7 sharp 9. 6 7 sharp 9. Okay. Listen to how clearly the color of this changes. All of a sudden it becomes tense. There's this kind of like beautiful floaty Sati type vibe, and then all of a sudden we have an altered dominant chord.
Just for the sight of you.
It's just in the beat 4, right? You guys hearing it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. And what good chance and night of you, and what good does it do? And night of you, and what good does it do? Both day and night of you, and what good does it do? Both day and night of you, and what good does it do? Both day and night of you, and what good does it do? Each time.
What are you guys hearing?
I'm still hearing this 5/7 where we had the question mark.
Here?
No, sorry, bar.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
What do you guys? I didn't even focus on that anymore. I wasn't thinking about that just now, so we didn't go through that too many times. Do you mind? Do you mind if we listen back to that? I wasn't paying attention to that.
yeah,
time.
sure.
Dream lyrics I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you, and what good does it do? Each time dreams I write of you, scheme just for the sight of you. Dream both day and night of you. Dream both day and night of you. Both day and night. Dream both day and night of you. And what?
Okay, I agree with you now, Camille. Does everybody agree that there's a dominant seventh here? 5/7?
Because he's doing like 2,
Yes.
5, flat 5, 4. Well, I mean, I can't speak at the same time in the tonality of the song and of the thing, but he's doing like 2, 6, flat 6, 5, and then 2. I'm talking now in the tonality of the whole song, right?
Okay.
On this part.
Okay. So like a 9, like a
Right.
5, 7, 9, and then okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I agree with that now. My initial impression with this, just so you guys know, was that I was thinking maybe we could be a 6, like a 5 of 2.
Yeah.
That's what initially I was kind of thinking, but now listening to it again, I agree with Camila. Okay. So now how about here, the ending? Do we have some more specific ideas about what these chords are, the qualities of these chords?
Yeah.
All right. Is anybody not know? Anybody unsure? Camila, you're like kind of running the meeting today.
I mean, I can shut up. I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
Just.
does anybody else want to? Yeah, because actually she's been talking a lot. Maybe we should give somebody else a turn. Does anybody else want to like offer some answers here at the end of the B section? Or do you guys need to hear it some more?
And can we hear more?
Yeah. Is that cool? Do you guys mind if we listen to it a few more times?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay for me.
Okay, let's go.
Dream both day and night of you, and what good does it do? Each time I chance and night of you, and what good does it do? Both day and night. And what good does it do? 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 And what good? And what good does it do? 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 And what good does it do?
What are you guys thinking?
I hear a minor 3.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
6 dominant, and the melody is sharp 11. Sharp 9.
Okay.
Then second dominant.
Okay.
And then 5 in the third beat.
Mm-hmm.
And triton in the last beat.
Triton on the last beat. Okay. Does everybody agree with this?
I have, for the 6th degree, I have also dominant, but I have like a flat 9.
Flat 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other opinions?
And then in the 2, I have 13 as well.
A dominant 7, 13?
Yeah, but I'm not sure about that, but I
Okay.
think so.
Anybody else that has like different qualities on the chords?
The 3 is dominant.
The what? The 3 is dominant.
Yeah.
I think the 3 is dominant too.
Okay.
And I thought in the last beat of the last bar, it does 5, well, it's 2, 5, and 2 on the last beat, and then it goes to the 1. 5, 2, 1.
Okay, the bass might play that, but do you think that's like the chords are changing in that way?
No,
Let's listen really quick. Let's listen back to that just for a second because I didn't notice that at all. And I'm also curious about this tritone substitution that somebody mentioned.
And what good does it do? Each time I change, each time I change, does it do? Each time.
Okay, so I hear the bass playing what you say. The bass plays the 5, 5, 2, 7, 1. That's what I hear the bass do, right? But the piano is definitely not playing that. What is the piano doing?
Okay.
So again, and the other thing that's not happening, in my opinion, is there's not a tritone substitution, but we're getting what we talked about before here. In my opinion, we have 5, 7, and then we have 5, 7, sharp 9, sharp 6, or sharp 5, sorry. That's what's happening.
I feel like the first 5, the 5, 7, I have like, I'm having the sense of like a sus. So 5, 7, sus 4 going to 5.
Let's listen to it.
Yeah.
Each time I do, each.
Yeah, I hear it now.
Does it do?
5/7 sus, and then yeah, which is pretty
and
typical.
it goes to the sharp 9.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah. And this is pretty. You said you're a pianist, Camille?
No, I'm a singer.
Okay, you're a singer. Okay, but so yeah, I think this is actually a pretty common way of like dealing with like a kind of like this kind of movement. Like if you have a long dominant, like a 5, this is like a pretty common way. Like you play like a sus, and then you play like an altered dominant to move on to like kind of like create this sense of like forward motion of kind of like inertia. So, okay. Yeah. So what we have right now is we have a couple people that we have some we still have some differing opinions about the various qualities. Some people are thinking it's a 3 dominant chord. Some people are thinking it's a 3 minor chord. Okay. So let's think about the 3 for a second.
Sight of you, dream both day and night of you, and what good does it do? And night of you, and what good does it do? Dream both day and night of you, and you, and you, and what
I definitely don't hear a major third on that. I hear da 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 da. I don't hear da 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 da. I'm gonna loop that chord for a second. It seems really clear to me that it's a minor chord. Let's listen to it for a second together.
both day and night of you, night of you, and you, and what you, and what you, and you, and you, and
I don't hear da da. That would be the third, the major third. Da da. I hear da. Are you guys hearing that? Hello?
Sorry, what did you say?
I'm talking about we're on the 3 right now, and I was trying to figure out whether this is a dominant or a minor, and I'm pretty sure it's minor.
Yeah.
So that's why I was looping it.
Aren't they playing like flat 3/7 right before? Like 5/7, flat 3/7, 3 minor 7. Yeah, right there. I don't know. I have this impression. Or maybe 4. I don't know. I'm hearing like they're moving.
4/7 dominant, I think.
Maybe 4/7. I'm not sure.
So you're saying 2 minor and then 5/7 and then 4/7 before the 3?
Something
Yes.
7 before the 3, other than 5/7 is what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Okay, let's listen.
and night of you, and night of you, and night of you, and
So flat 3.
Well, I hear the do do, but I think that might be the 7th of the 4 dominant.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I think.
All right.
There might be, I think there might be like a 4. I'm going to put that in parentheses because I'm not totally certain about that, but that certainly could be. But right now, what I wanted to focus on, this is an interesting thing that came out, and I'm going to check that later at the piano. This is probably a little bit beyond at least my own skills in terms of like determining if it's exactly that or not, but that certainly could be. What I want to do now, though, is figure out the 3 because I'm trying to convince you guys that it's a minor 7, not a dominant. I don't remember who thinks it's a dominant, but I think it's a minor 7, and I want to listen to that because I want to get this 3rd. I want to figure out this 3rd.
both day and night of you. Both day and night of you, and what day and night of you,
So maybe I already convinced you like 10 minutes ago, and you guys all being silent. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a minor 3. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is a dominant. Okay, I'm also curious about the 2 because I'm not totally convinced that's a dominant. And you guys seem to think it's a dominant.
And what good does it do? Does it do? Does it do? What good does it do? Does it do? Does it do? Good does it do?
You're right, it's dominant. It's a dominant 2. All right, I think we're pretty much done. Does anybody have questions? Do we agree on all this?
Yeah, we didn't figure out the extensions, but I think maybe we need the piano for that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's something that we can all do on our own. I was kind of hoping actually this is going to go faster. I can't unfortunately continue because my cat. I have to go pick up my cat who's at the veterinarian, and he's better now. So, but what I'd like to do now is we can maybe sing through it, and then I would encourage you because there's an interesting. I'm going to leave it. Why don't we sing through it? Okay, I'm going to play it, and we'll sing through the AABA, and then I want you guys to listen to the beat to the chorus of the piano because there's some interesting stuff that changes here, and I think that would be a great. I was hoping to cover that today, but I think that would be a great assignment for you guys to try on your own. Would be to check and see what happens when the solo starts because some stuff changes. Okay. And there's some interesting kind of substitution things happening and stuff. So why don't we go through and we'll sing the bass notes and then everybody can go and check this on their own. And there's another nice version, which I think you can all, it was actually an advanced class there. Everybody's pretty fast and solid. So I think you guys are all able to go and transcribe the Sinatra version, which has some nice alternative harmony. And some of them are kind of like pretty different. So, but it's also like you can hear everything really well and it's very clear. So. All right, let's listen through from the beginning and then check out the piano solo and then we'll say goodbye, okay? And who wants to sing and sing along?
I've flown around the world in a plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, yet I can't get started with you. Out on the golf course, I'm under par. All the movies ask me to star. I've got a house, a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you, scheme. For the sight of you, dream both day and night of you, and what good does it do? Each time I chanced to see Franklin D, he always said, "Hi, buddy," to me. But you've got me downhearted, 'cause I can't get started with you.
Check out the
My name is John Chambers. I traveled deep into the Amazon jungle with my team, where I uncovered a disturbing...
Sorry. Here we go again.
But you've got me downhearted, 'cause I can't get started with you.
That's all for me today. But yeah, you guys hear that the bass is a little different there, and that things changed a little bit during the piano solo, right?
Yeah.
So yes. That would be an interesting option for you guys to go and check out, because those are also like some things that being able to recognize that and deal with it in real time is pretty nice. If you ever end up on like a playing with like kind of like somebody that really knows like jazz and kind of like traditional harmonic movements, you'll hear people throw that stuff in, and it's nice to be able to follow that. And again, another nice version of this is the Sinatra version, and it has like some pretty different stuff. So now, having done this and gotten through everything, I think it would be not too difficult for you guys to go and actually compare those. So hopefully, I'm hoping that one of you will send me maybe a transcription of perhaps the piano solo harmony or the Frank Sinatra version or something else, and I'll post it tomorrow. So thanks everybody for joining me and hanging around. And
thank you, Dan.
Yeah, if you guys want to come on Thursday, we're going to be transcribing something much simpler on Thursday, but perhaps we'll move quickly. So, and please, the other thing, some of you already donated. Thank you. If you guys want to donate, that's more than welcome. The other thing that some of you are already doing is, bring friends and invite friends. If you think this is worthwhile, if it's helping you, bring people, help us spread the word. This is pretty fun that we have people from a lot of different countries participating. So, thanks.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Take care, cats.
Bye-bye.
Bye to everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.